Hi everyone, welcome to Nithrania Game Club. My name is Branislav Berec and today I'm going to do a gameplay run-through for the game called Hadara, which is a game for 2 to 5 players, and it's a civilization type of game similar to Seven Wonders, because players will choose these cards which represent economy, military, cultural strength, agricultural development, and these are purple special cards. They will not really draft, they will choose these cards, and they will increase their stats on the corresponding tracks. Now, at the end of the game, the player who has the most points wins the game, but the points are collected through various ways, and basically, if you focus on cultural development, you can get a lot of points for cultures and statues that you build. If you focus on a military, you can take these colonies, and the higher value colonies bring a lot of points. Then each card will get some points, obviously. And here you can get some special bonus points at the end of the game. These ones are for the set of cards of each different color, and these ones are for specific tracks. So if you have a track with very high value, you can add these tokens to get half of that value as the bonus points at the end of the game. So multiple paths to victory. As you can guess, doing everything, a little bit of everything in this game is not the best way to go. So we will go through the two-player game. These tokens belong to each player. I just put them over here to have as much space possible as possible. And as part of the setup, each deck has 4 cards, which is 2 cards per player. So with with higher player counts, there will be more cards in each deck. And also these colonies, there is 1 colony per player, because each player can only have 1 colony of each type. Now, as part of the setup, there is these 5 cards which need to be shuffled, and each player will get 1 of these cards randomly. These cards will determine the starting position of each player, and also the starting stats for each track, and also the number of coins the player will start the game with. So this gets this brings some variability to the game. And most of the 9 coins. Most of the time, this game is played simultaneously. It's played over 3 ages, similar to Seven Wonders. We have now cards from age 1, and each age has 2 phases. In the first phase, players choose the cards from these decks, basically 1 card from each deck. And in the second phase, there will be cards lying over here, and each player will choose basically 1 more card from, well, 5 additional cards, so 10 cards in total. Well, you will see it. So 3 ages, and at the end of the 3rd age, whoever has the most points is the winner. So the first age starts the player with the lowest number over here. It doesn't have to be number 1, as in this case. The player, this player has lower number, and because we have a 2-player game, in the first phase, the player with the lowest number starts the age. Then in the second age, it will be the other player, and the 3rd age will, again, this player will start the 3rd age. So as a bonus, or as a compensation rather, this player will get 1 additional coin. Now, you need to take a look at these sigils, and there is this dial, and the player who starts the age has the right to choose which deck he wants to start with. So he can align his sigil with 1 of the decks. Maybe he might focus on cultural development, so he can start with this cultural deck, and the other players simply follow their sigils. From this moment on, basically the game goes simultaneously. So this player will pick 2 cards from this deck, and this player will find his own sigil and take 2 cards from the corresponding deck. Now, Each player has to choose one card and put it over here, or this player will put the card back on the board, and the other card they can either buy or sell. When they sell the card, they get number of coins printed on the back side, which is basically 2 coins in age 1. If they buy, they have to pay the price depicted in the bottom left corner. In addition, each card gives some bonus or increases the particular tracks by certain value and brings particular number of points at the end of the game. So let's say this player wants to pay 3 coins. Well, he doesn't really want to pay, but he must pay 3 coins, and he places the card in the corresponding column and increases the cultural track by 2, and the other card comes back to the board. The other player, well, this card is pretty expensive. It costs 4 coins, but brings 4 points at the end of the game and increases this agriculture track by 3. This is only increased by 2, so only 1 less than that, but significantly cheaper. Difficult choice. So let's say he wants to do this, just 1 coin increasing this track, and this goes back over here. That's the end of the first turn. Second turn, you just move this dial 1 deck in the direction of these arrows. So this player now takes 2 cards from the military deck. This player takes 2 cards from the economical deck, and the same thing continues. So let's say he wants to choose this one for 3 coins. It increases the income by 2 and military strength by 1. The other card is returned to the game board. And over here, let's say the difference in points, but so like this, let's say this player will pick this card. He will pay 3 coins and increases military strength by 2, and the other card goes back onto the board. As I said, it's not really a good idea to do a little bit of everything. You better need to focus on whatever you want, but you will see later in the game, when you buy a card, the card is cheaper. You get a discount of 1 coin for each card of the same color you already have. So focusing on one area will make those cards a lot cheaper, even for free later in the game, and it will help you to get these seals as well. But we'll get to that. So that's the end of the second turn. Third turn, this player will take 2 cards from this purple deck, and now we have a card with a special ability. All the special abilities can be found and described in the rule book. But sometimes the purple cards also provide just a regular increase to specific tracks, and this player now takes remaining 2 cards from the cultural deck. His culture is basically 1, very, very low. Maybe he does not want to focus on culture. So what he may want to do, he needs to return 1 card to the board anyway, and he wants to sell the other card for 2 coins. This card is going out of the game, and the player will receive 2 coins. Money is pretty scarce in this game, so it's really necessary to know when to sell the cards for coins. This player, now he has a pretty good bonus on military over here, and this would allow him to take one of these tokens, place it over here, and that stat would increase the value by 2. And he may do it for the cultural one. Okay, so he takes this one back to the board, and we'll put this over here. It costs 3 coins, and the cultural track will be increased by 2. Now he's at 6, so with 6 points he will be able to build this statue, and we'll get to that later. So that's the end of next turn. Now turn number 4, this player will draw 2 cards from the green deck, and the other player will draw 2 cards from the military deck. And as he wants to be focusing on the military, he will definitely choose this one. He will pay 2 coins and increase the military strength by 3, and return this card back over here. And this player now decides to sell these cards, or actually only one of them. Let's say he places this one back over here, and this one will be sold for 2 coins. Those 2 coins for the first player, and now it's the end of another turn. And for the last turn, this player will take 2 cards from the economic deck, and this player will take 2 purple cards. He has 6 coins available still, and these 2 cards provide updates to all. Yeah, okay, let's buy this one. It's pretty expensive, but for 4 coins he can increase all the stats, and this one goes back on the game board. And here, this player, he will pay 2 coins to get this card and increase the income by 1 and return the other one to the game board. That's the end of the first part of the first phase. Now in the second part, there will be 3 sub-parts basically going in this order. Income, then players will use the military strength to conquer these colonies, and then the cultural development to build statues. So income, in the income phase, players will get the income equal to their value on the economic scale or track. So this player gets 3 coins and this player will get 5 coins. Now, military strength is needed to get these colonies, and each colony has this number over here, which determines the level of military strength needed to get that colony. Then players can either plunder it and get this number of coins, or they can pay this number of coins and then turn this tile over to see what's the benefit, and this will increase these 2 tracks by 1, and also it will provide 2 points at the end of the game, which is the same as on the other side. So this player has the required 3 military strength, so he will take this colony, place it somewhere into his game area, and increase the income and military strength by 1. Notice that the military strength is not reduced, it's just a requirement. The same applies for the second player. He will take the same tile. Well, I forgot to pay 1 coin. The same over here, the player will pay 1 coin. And here you can see the outcome is different. The benefit is 1 point increase on cultural and also the agriculture track. And that's for the second player. Now we have another sub step, which is a cultural development. Players can buy these statues. For the first one, you need at least 6 cultural development, which this player has. So he will get 4 points immediately, or basically at the end of the game. And now he can use one of these tokens over here to increase the value on the corresponding track by this number. So 2, 3, 4, and 6. He can put, let's say, the yellow token, and he would increase the economical track by 2. Or he can turn the token on the other side, which has like a number 1 as a point. If he would put it like this, he would get 2 additional points at the end of the game. But for now, because he needs more income, he will place this yellow token over here, and he can increase the economic value by 2. The other player has a cultural development of 3, so he's not able to buy any he's not able to build any statues. Now it's the time for a phase B of the first age. Again, starting with the starting player. Each player will now pick one face-up card from the game board. This dial is not important anymore. We start with the starting player and then going clockwise. Each player has to pick one card. Again, the same rules apply. They need to pay for the card, or they need to sell the card to get coins. In addition, it's not allowed to look what is below, what's the next card coming, because this player wants to focus on cultural cards. He wants to buy this one, but he actually doesn't want to allow this player to go higher on military. He might want to discard or sell the red cards, but this one only increases the red military strength by 1. And the question is, what's below that card? So you're not allowed to look on the card below, or any cards below. So let's say this player wants to buy the blue card. Now you see what's below, but this one costs 2, but because there is already one blue card over here, it provides discount for the player. For each card there is 1 coin discard. So this one costs not 2 but only 1 coin, and increasing the value by 1. At the end of this second phase, we will do these sub-steps again. So this player, and also this one, is trying to increase the strength so that he would be able to build the next statue, or at least to get some other benefit. So it was his move. Now it's not played simultaneously. It's 1 by 1. And the play continues clockwise. So it was this player's turn, now it's this player, and he might want to grab this income tile because money is really scarce in this game, and he has 6 coins. It costs 4, but because he already has 1, it would be only for 3 coins, and it seems to be a good, yeah, it's a good move. So let's say we do this. Increase the track by 2. It costs 4, but because there was already 1 card here, it costs 3. Now, back to this player. He would like to take this, but it costs 3, but he sees another opportunity. Either take this card to increase the value of cultural development by 2, or take this card, and because it costs 2 coins and he has 2 cards already, this card would be for free. And it also increases the green value, which is really necessary, which I'll explain in a minute. So he does that. He takes this card. Because it costs 2 coins, it's for free. Because of these 2 other blue cards already in his tableau, and increasing the values by 1. This player wants, he has 8, well, what this value means, 8 on the agriculture value means that this player can have 8 cards in his tableau. 6 cards over here, we're already at the limit. If a player has more cards than the value over here, he needs to discard down to the number of his agriculture value. When discarding the cards, you also need to reduce the tracks by the values you are losing. So it is really needed to have this green value at the same number as the number of cards in your tableau. So over here we have 8, which is fine. This player wants to get to the next colony, which which needs 9 military strength. So let's say he wants to do, he would like to do this, but over here he would increase the economical but also military power. Let's do this. Let's do this. And because there are already 2 yellow cards over here, this card doesn't cost 3 but only 1 coin, and increases the income and military strength by 1. Back to this player, and he definitely needs to increase this number, but he only has 1 coin, and he needs to increase that pretty badly. So what he can do, he can go ahead and sell this red card for 2 coins. And now the next player, he doesn't really focus on blue. He has already 1 purple card because we have, yeah. He can get to the 9 to get that colony by taking another red card, and it costs 3, but because there was already 1 red card in his tableau, it only costs 2, and he got to 9. Now this player, now he has 3 coins, so he can pay 3 coins and take this green card and increase his value by 2. 2, 4, 6, 7, so he's now safe. This player has no money at all, so he needs to sell one of those cards, and because this card would really help this player, he will take this and sell that card for 2 coins, actually making this card available for himself. And now this player also has no coins at all, and he doesn't really want that player to get this 3 increase to the military strength of the other player, so he will sell this card for 2 coins as well. And back to this player, he doesn't have 4 coins, so he needs to sell the card as well. So that's the end of the second phase B, and now we have the similar 3 sub-steps again. So players will get the income. Here it's 6 coins. Here it's already 8. Let's do it like this. Now players can get these colonies, but this player only has 4 military strength, which is not enough to get this one. This player has 9. So he can take this tile. It has the requirement of 9 and provides 5 points. And now he can either get 4 coins immediately or pay 1, which he's going to do. Pay 1, and the benefit is 2 military and 1 cultural up. So 2 military, 1 and 2, and for that we have this kind of a token which tracks that it's already 10 plus, 11 and 1 on cultural. Now players can build statues. It's needed 12 development, cultural development is needed. Neither player has that, so it's the end of these sub-steps, and the final sub-step is verification of the agriculture value. Both players are at 8. This player has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. 7 cards here as well, so both players are safe, and now they can buy these seals. Each seal has a different cost. Looking at this player 8, in the first age, the silver seal costs 4 coins, the gold one costs 6. In the second age and third age, they are significantly more expensive. When you buy the silver one, you take whatever token you want, and at the end of the game, you get half the points of that value of that particular track. So in this case, it will be green track. If you get the gold seal, you get 7 points for each set of 5 or 7, all the 5 cards of different colors. So we have one yellow, red, blue, green and purple card. So this player would already get 7 points. If you get another set, it would be another 7 points. If you would have both seals, for each set you would get 14 points. So another way of getting points, if you have the money for that. And because this player wants to focus on military, and he wants to get this track as far as possible, he will pay 4 coins and place one of these red tokens over here. Now, this player, the question is it worth to go for the 7 points? It only costs 6 coins now, but he would be left with 2 coins for the next age, which is not really enough. So he will save the coins and not go for those bonus points at the moment. So that's the end of the first age. For the second age, we will place 4 cards into every spot, and well, this player, because this one was first in the first age, this is the player who will start the next age. So here we are with the new cards already laid out, and it's this player's turn, and he can set up his sigil and place it anywhere he wants. And because he's focused on military, he wants to start with the military deck. So he will pick 2 cards from the military deck, and this player will pick 2 cards from the green deck. Now here the choice is pretty obvious, 4 or 5, but 4 coins minus 2 is only 2 coins, 1, 2, 3 and 2 coins. This one is returned here. Just to remind you, we're again at the simultaneous phase. This is 6 coins, very expensive, but 4 and 1 income, but it's 6 coins, it's very expensive. But 7 points at the end of the game. Difficult choice, again a very difficult choice, but let's do it like this. 6 minus 1 is 5, increasing 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's do it like this, and 1 income, and this one goes back over here. That's it. Move it. Next turn. This player choosing 2 purple cards, this player choosing 2 economic cards. And these are too expensive. It should be 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Okay. This one is basically, all of them are too expensive, so he will keep this one here and sell this one now for, now it is 3 coins, like this, 3 coins in the second age. So 3 coins for this player. The other player has 7 coins and 5 coins. This is too expensive, and this one, well, okay, he wants to keep this one over here in case he would be able to buy it, and sell this one for 3 coins as well. Next turn, this player takes 2 green cards, 2 remaining green cards. This player will get 2 cultural cards, which is what he's focusing on. And here, this costs 5 coins. He has 3 coins discount, so an obvious choice. This is for 2 coins only, increasing culture by 2 and agriculture by 1, and this one going back over here. This player, he would need to increase this number anyway, and yeah, this one is pretty expensive, but similar to this card, it's worth the price. So 5 coins minus 1 is 4, but increases 1, 2, 3, increases agriculture by 3 and income by 1 as well, and this one is going back. Next turn, this player takes 2 economic cards. This player takes 2 military cards. He doesn't really want military. He's not really focused on military, so he might sell the card which would be more beneficial for the other player. So selling for 3 coins and keeping the other one in play. And the other player, he wants to take this one because it's 5 coins minus 3. It only costs 2 coins and increases income by 2, which is very important, but also increases the military by 2. And this one also remains in play. Now for the final turn, this player receiving 2 purple cards and the other player receiving cultural cards. Again, this player is not really focused on culture, and he will probably sell. This is more expensive with more points, but it would be so. Okay, this one for more points, it goes out of the game. He will take 3 coins. This one stays in play, and for this player, let me see what this means. The purple ones are really interesting. This one allows the player to get 2 additional coins of income during the income phase if the value of those tracks, if the value is higher than the economical value. So the economic value is 7, culture is 10, agriculture 13. So for these 2 tracks, he would receive 2 additional coins. So this is like having 4 additional symbols or 4 more income, which is very, very interesting. Let me put it back to the place, which is really, really interesting. And the other one allows the player to get 4 additional coins whenever that player takes the colony, and regardless whether he's plundering or colonizing that colony. So this would be very beneficial for the other player. This costs 6. Okay, this one is returned back here, and because it's the last, it's very fiddly here, because it's the last turn of this phase, he's going to pay not 6 but 5. 3, 4, 5. Place it here. It will be 4 points at the end of the game anyway, but he will now get 4 additional coins for that, and also in every other sub-phase. So a good choice, I would say. So end of the phase A, first income phase. So this player will get not 7, but because of this card, 4 additional coins. This player gets 11. Now, military. This player is not going the military way, so nothing happens. This player already has 9. He needs 15 and he has 16. So he can take this tile. Again, it requires 15. Now, 2 coins are needed to convert it into a real colony, and also it brings 8 points at the end of the game, and it brings 1 income and 1 culture. So for 2 coins, let me put it over here. For 2 coins, this player has another colony, increasing income and culture by 1. Now, cultural phase. This player still doesn't have enough cultural development to buy another statue. And the same applies for this player who still doesn't have 6 to get the statue out. So that's the end of the phase A of the second age. Now, as this player is the starting player, he will have to choose one of these cards in play. And again, you cannot see what's under those cards. And he is the first one to choose one of those cards, and now we're playing one by one, again in a clockwise order. This player wants to focus on military, so he has this card available, which would be for 1 coin only, and that's what he is going to do. For 1 coin, he's going to increase the value by 2. This player, he wants to focus on culture, and as you can see over here, it costs 4, but because he already has 4 cards over here, it's for free, moving up by 2, and he has 12 at the moment. Back to first player. Again, for 1 coin, he could go for a military, another military, and he does that for 1 coin. And basically the same thing for this player. He has this costs 6 coins, 5 already here, so it's for 1 coin, and increasing the military by 2 additional points. Now, to this player, he could either increase the income or, now check the number of cards, 4 and 5 is 9, 10, 11, 12. They need to think about the agriculture as well, but this card is also very, very tempting. But he's already at 5, 10, he's already at 12. Yeah, it's a difficult choice. It's a difficult choice. He needs to get this one first. He needs to get this one first, increasing by 2, and it costs 4 coins minus 2 discount, so it's 2 coins, and increasing the value by 2, but he is already at 13, so the next card, he would have to sell the next card anyway. He would not have enough, or there is another option. We'll get to that. This player, he has a choice. He has 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 plus 4 is 12. So he will have to have 1 card. Okay, he wants to sell this one. This would be very, very beneficial for this player. So he wants to sell this one for 3 coins. And this player has 13 cards anyway, so he needs to sell. He needs to sell one of those cards, or he can do it the other way. He can take this card for 7 minus 6 coins, pretty expensive, but 6 coins. He can increase the military by 3. He has additional 10 over here, and what he can do, well, we'll get to that later. Okay, because the agriculture, checking the agriculture value against those cards happens at the very end of the round, and until then he may be able to get some additional green value. So let's wait for that. And okay, there's one more card over here. Oh, I forgot that. So this player, 6 coins. Okay, he will get this card, or this one. He has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. He can get one more. Okay, he will take this income. It costs 4 minus 1 is 3. He'll get 2 additional income. And in that case, this player can take this card. Okay, he's safe. I didn't notice those yellow cards. So he's safe. He can take 2 additional agriculture values, and it costs 6 minus 3, it's 3. And this player can now sell this card for 3 coins, and he's pretty rich. So that's the end of the phase B, and now we'll get the income. So 9 plus, because of this card, 9 plus these 2 tracks is 13 for this player. This player will get 12 income. Now, military, this player cannot really buy anything or cannot colonize any colonies here. This player already have 23. He has colonies 3, 9, and 15, but he has more than 21, which is the next colony requires to have 21 military strength. Come on, focus. He will get 11 points, and now either take 7 coins immediately or pay 2 coins, which obviously he wants to do. And only now you can see what's on the other side, and there we have 1 and 1, so 1 economic, 1 agriculture, and so there we have another tile. Can you see it? Okay. Now we go to cultural development. 12. This player already has 14, so he can build another statue, which will give him 8 points. And he probably he probably wants to do this. He will place one of these blue tiles over here. He will get 3 additional points on this track because he wants to get to 20 and 30. This player doesn't have enough value to build a statue, and now we're going to the seals, and now each seal in the second age, silvers cost 9 coins and gold 12 coins. So this player will definitely build a gold seal for 12 coins. It's quite worth because he already has 7 points and he may have additional 7. And as a matter of fact, he might be even thinking about paying additional 12 to buy the other as well, because in the next phase it will cost 30, which is super expensive. But he will only remain with 4 coins, but he wants to focus on this. And yeah, very tough choice, but okay, let's do that. Let's do it. Let's pay 12 coins and let's build 2 gold seals at the same time. You can buy as many seals as you have the money for. This player has 11 coins. He doesn't really want, he already bought 1. He may actually bought another one for 9 coins, but again, he would be literally left without any coins. So that's the end, and now we need to check the agriculture value. This player has 13. He has 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards exactly. The same for here. This player has 16. He has 5, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, so he's right below that limit. So both are fine, and now we're going to set up the third age. So here we are, third age, starting with this player again because he has lower number than this player, and he is free to choose which card he wants to choose as the first one. He wants to start with the blue ones, definitely, so aligning this sigil with blue ones, and he is going to draw 2 blue cards. As you can see, the values are now much higher, 4 and 3. So, and this player will take the green cards, and he cannot really underestimate the green cards. So let's say this one. Now, the cost of these cards is now 9, very high, but definitely he wants to increase the value by 4. So he has 6 cards already. 9 minus 6 is 3. And he increases 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have another one here. This one going here. Now, this player, basically, they cost 8 and 9. Similar outcomes, different number of points at the end of the game. Let's say he wants to take the cheaper one. 8 minus 4 is 4. This one goes over here, so 4 coins. And increasing income by 1, and increasing this one by 4. So let's say he's at 0, and increasing it by additional 10. Next turn, red cards for this player, and right away we can basically say we're going to sell. We can keep this one in and sell this one for now. The selling price is 4 coins. So 4. And this remains in play. This player takes the yellow cards. Both cost 9. Is the income so? But this increases the military value. So 9 minus 4 is 5. 5. This one goes back to the play and increasing by 4 and 1. Next turn, this player gets purple cards. And again, these provide very interesting bonuses when either taking colonies or building statues. Actually, you can have 4. You don't need to have like 20 or 30. You can have 4 fewer points on this track than required, which is very important, very interesting. And this one can actually, you can pay the coins. You can spend coins to substitute for missing values on the track. Very interesting. And this player, he takes the blue card, and again we can say right away this will be definitely sold for 4 coins. This one goes over here, so 4 coins. Now what do we do with this one? It's very expensive. Basically he can keep this one in play and sell this one for 4 coins because he has not enough money to pay for it. Anyway, so that's it. Next turn, this player gets the military cards. Now, he definitely wants to pay for those. This player gets the green cards, which he needs. 3 and 4, but they're also very expensive. Let's start with this one. This is obviously a lot easier. This costs 8 coins minus 5, which is 3 coins. And increasing military by 3 and culture by 1. So he will be able to build at least 1 statue. This one goes back over here. And now what do we do with this? 8 coins increasing by 3, 9 coins increasing by 4. But it has 2, and now the economic. Okay, let's take this one for 9 coins. 9 minus 2 is 7. Very expensive. This one goes back here. 7, but increasing this value by 4. Currently that player already has 2, 4, 6, 7, 10, 15. So he would need to raise it even more. This player is done, this player is done, so we go to the last turn. This player gets 2 economic cards, and this player gets 2 purple cards. Now these are both too expensive, but let's keep this one in play and sell this one for 4 coins. And the other player will probably do the same thing. Yes, both are very expensive, but he can keep this one in play and sell this one for 4 coins. So that's the end of the first of the phase A. Now we get the income. This player gets 9, and because these 2 tracks are higher than this one, thanks to this card, he will get 9 plus 2 plus 2. That's 13 again. 13 coins. This player will get 18. So let's get 20 minus 2. Well, he's getting pretty rich. Now, military. This person's still not really high on military, but because of these 2, he will probably need to buy 1 more red card. And this person has 27, still not enough for 30, but maybe in the end of next phase he will be able to buy the last colony. So still no colony for this player. However, both players can now build a statue. This player, he doesn't have other blue tokens that he would be able to place over here. He can help himself with placing the green one there, and he would not have to bother about the green cards anymore, or economic doesn't really matter, I would say, and maybe the red military, he would be able to get to 8 and take another colony, which is another 5 points. No, he will do it this way. He will place the green token here, increasing the value of agriculture by 4, and basically he's safe from losing the cards. What about this player? He can place 1 token over here, increasing a value by 2, and he probably wants to do the same thing. He will increase the green card's value, because now he has 5 and 6 is 11, 16, 17, 18, and he wants to draw additional 2 or 3 cards. Okay, so that was the income, military, and culture, and now we go to the phase B, again starting with this player, taking the cards from each deck, going 1 by 1 in the clockwise order. And did I increase this by 4? I did. He wants to get to 30. Is there a way to get there? He knows there is a purple card here which allows him to use the discount. But yeah, he definitely wants to buy this one. It costs 8, but he already has 2, 4, 6, 7, so it only costs him 1 coin to add another 3. Now, this player wants to get to 30 to get this colony. And he would get, for 1 coin, he could buy this card, and he wants to buy this card. But now here's where the 2-player game gets interesting. This player could actually take this card and sell it for 4 coins to deny this player moving additional 3 points on this track. So it can be very mean. But let's say he wants to buy this one for 1 coin, and he moves 1, 2, 3, so he is at 30. maybe you don't see it over here. It's 30. So he would be able to buy this colony, which brings him even more points. So it's more valuable for this player than to block the other player here. But the other player definitely, he has 2, 4, 6, 8. So this card also costs only 1 coin. And he would increase his cultural track by 3. Now back to this player, he doesn't really need a military, but he might need it for this one. But and again, this is funny for a 2-player game. This purple tile says that, let me check it now. Yes, there's a one-time symbol, which means for one silver seal, the player will not receive half the points, but as many points as the value of that track. So for the red track, for the military track, this player will receive, because it's on the value 30, he would receive 15 points, but taking this, he would receive 30 points instead of 15. So this is a 15 points card. He definitely wants to get that one. It's a must take. So he will take the card. It costs 9, minus 2 is 7, which is still pretty expensive. But now he increased this points from 15 to 30 right away. Maybe even more if he can buy more military cards. Now, the other player immediately wants to take this card because it reduces the requirements to get a military or to building the statues by 4. He's at 27, he needs 30, so he's still 3 short. There's probably no way of getting 3 more, but this would mean he doesn't need 30, he needs 26 to build this one. So it's a card for this player. It costs 9, minus 2 is 7. Again, another no-brainer. Actually, it gave him 22 points. So this player got 15 additional, but allowed this player to get 22. These are the mind games in a 2-player game. This can be very mean and very, very interesting game for 2 players. So that was this player. Now, this player, he has 2, 4, 7, and 5, 12. 17, 18, 19, 20, still have enough. Okay, he will take this military. 2, 4, 8, so it costs 1 coin. Increasing by 3, so getting another 3 plus 6, 9 points. This player, he has 10 coins remaining. And yeah, he wanted to have that red card, to have these sigils to be worth even more. He basically lost 14 points here. This is but if he wouldn't take this card, the purple card, and if he would have taken this one, he would get 14 points and not getting these 22, because this player would definitely take that card away. So what he can do now, 6 points for, oh, I'm not allowed to look under that card. 4, 6. Okay, let's take this one. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 coins. 3 more on this track, so he's safe, but it also gives another 6 points. Now this player, 9 coins, 4 points, additional ones, or this one for 7. Yeah, this brings another military, so let's take another military. 7 minus 5 is 2 coins. Go in income by 1. And military by 1 as well. And back to this player. There are only 2 more cards remaining. He cannot afford to buy this one, and he might be able to buy this one, which is 9 minus 4 is exactly 5. So let's do that. let's do that. Additional 4 over here. He will get 4 points and 5 and plus 1 income. And this player, he has enough money, but increasing the economic strength, yeah, but it's 8 points, so it's 8 points. 2, 4, 6, 9 minus 6 is 3, and basically we're done. Now, income phase, 10 plus 2 and 2, it's 14 for this player, and 20 for the other player. And now he has 30 to buy the gold seal, but it's worth nothing for him. Economic or military strength, he still doesn't have enough military. 4 and 4 is 8. He needs 9 to get this colony. The other player has those 30 military strength, so he gets 16 victory points, and yes, he is going to pay 4 coins, and he's gonna get 3. Not only 3 more agriculture, but he increases that value from 16 up to 24. So 1, 2, 3, and it costs 4 coins. 10, 6 back. Statues, this player doesn't have 12. This one, he can build the final and last statue. Now, he doesn't really need to increase the value of any track, to be honest. So he can take any token, turn it from the track color to the number, and in addition to these 22 points, he will get 6 additional points for that. And finally, we're going to check the agriculture value. This player has 25, this one has 28, which is definitely a lot more than the number of cards they have. So that's it, and we're going to final scoring. So to calculate the final score, we will count the points from colonies, from statues, from all the cards that were played and bought by the player, and from the seals. So there's only 2 points from the colonies for this player, then 4 and 8, 4 plus 8 plus 14 plus 22, plus for this token it's additional 6 points. Now he has 7 and 7, so 14 points for gold seals, but unfortunately only one set, because only one red card. That is 14 additional points. And now 2 and 3 and 4, that's, let's say, 9 plus 41 for these cards, 10 and 11, 21 for these cards, and 5 and 5, it's 10. So altogether 151 points for the for each 5 coins. It's 1 more point, so plus 2. 153 points for this player. Now the other one has 2 and 13 and 5 and 16 and 24 only in colonies, so quite a lot. 2 plus 5 plus 13 plus 16 plus 24. Then 4 points for the statue, plus because of this card, this silver seal will provide this player as many points as he has the value of the red track, which is 34. So this silver seal will give him 34 points. And now we'll calculate the cards. Here we have 24 plus 29 clearly winning, but by not much. Here we have 12 plus 8, 171 plus 1, 2, plus 5, sorry. So 176 compared to 153. So that's how the game of Hadara is played. This is how two-player game looks like. It plays slightly differently from a tactical and strategical point of view in a higher player count, but in all player count it's really interesting. Remember, it's a simultaneous game half of the time when players play simultaneously during the first phase of each round. The second phase is 1 by 1, but it takes definitely not as long as this video, because I had to take those turns basically 1 by 1 anyway. Thanks for watching. If you like the show, please subscribe. My name is Branislav Berec and hope to see you next time.